Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. I am back. I am back with another video. So, I didn't do much yesterday after I got off this live. I think I laid down and watched a little television and fell asleep early. I told you guys I took that Benadryl because I was itching so bad from my skin being dry, not being hydrated. That's how my skin reacts to when I'm not hydrated. I start all this getting dry and itching. So I didn't watch much of anything, to be honest. So I don't know what's going on in the streets. But I did catch a little reads this morning, and I want to piggyback off Reed for a minute about something because I always hear people say this. We're too invested, but that's not exactly what Reed was talking about. Good morning, Triple Red. Hey, handsome. Too invested. Let's talk about being too invested because I'm getting sick of people using that term lightly. You know that, oh, the subbies are too invested, the content creators are too invested, everybody is too invested. Well, let me tell you what too invested is, because we all are too invested. Because we tune in to YouTube on a daily basis. We stay on here for hours, and I'm talking about myself and shit, probably 99.9 of you all. Some people don't even go to sleep. I see them on panels. If I get up in the morning and I done had maybe a 6 hour sleep, I get up and they on panels 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, and they was on panels when I left them the night before. So we all are too invested. So let me tell you something. You do make investments. Now, too invested, here's the definition of it. And you let me know if we all are too invested. To have given a lot of time and effort to something and care about it very much. She is deeply invested in the project and wants to succeed. We are deeply invested in YouTube, whether we use it as entertainment, a source of income, or whatever. We are invested. So stop saying people are too invested. They need to step back. Hey, Mimi, baby, and just watch the show for the entertainment. You are invested. We are invested. Everyone who comes to YouTube and they are subscribed, they are invested. They are fully invested in what's going on. Now, can people differentiate and take it as just entertainment and not getting so involved, get their feelings involved? That's very hard to do, especially if you are a compassionate, empathetic person. It's hard for you to separate sometimes. And the reason why I say that is because now many of us saw what took place, a couple of weeks ago. And a lot of us felt some type of way because we like a particular content creator. If you like that content creator and you feel as though that they being humiliated, embarrassed, or what they call dragged through the YouTube streets, you feel some type of way. That's just the fact of the matter. I hate for people to sugarcoat the shit and pretend like, oh no, I just watch it. I ain't invested. I don't care. Now, you don't have to take sides. If two content creators are beefing and you like both, then you stay neutral. And they say, oh, well, Miss T, you can't stay neutral. Sure, you can. I like Rita. I like Pizarro. They beef, I stay out of it. I continue to visit Pizarro and I continue to visit Rita. So I just stay out of it. And if I do commentary, it's always unbiased. It's never leaning towards one side because I'm just staying neutral because I like both of those content creators. You guys make sure you hit that like button. Please just hit the like button for me. So when you say you're too invested, no, we all are too invested because we do feel compassion and empathy for some of our favorite content creators. We go as far as turn a blind eye when they do the same shit that another content creator would do, and we look down on, we give them a pass. So yes, you are basically picking sides. You side with your favorite. So we all are invested. So stop saying these people are too invested. These subbies are too invested. When you give your attention, your time, and your money, because people do super chat and cash app people here, you are invested. And yes, you can feel some type of way. if someone is being what you call humiliated or embarrassed in front of thousands of people. Your videos are getting thousands of views. So somebody sit there and let you humiliate them or embarrass them. And you really like that person because you see something good in that person. You do have a type, you do feel a type of way. So I wish people would just cut the bullshit out and stop lying like they not invested. If we weren't invested, how will we be able to create content? Because we have watched and now we want to formulate our opinion and put it on our platform. So who's not invested? If you could tell me someone who's down here on these YouTube streets, a subbie or content creator who's not invested, I'll give you $100 right now. And that's a fact. I'll cash app you $100. You can't, because I just read the meaning of being invested. We all are invested. We all like some of the drama. A lot of times you want to kick back, you want to get away from the drama, and you want to come to a neutral feel or an unbiased commentator, platform, you go there. But most of us here enjoy some of the drama. Now, I say, this is just me, it's dying down over here to me. Something, there go to Queen. Hey, Queen. Thank you, baby. Something is happening over here that is not as fun as it used to be. Now, the old beef sector versus the new. When I came in 3 years ago, things were done a little different. And I think sometimes people get caught up. Now, I will say this, people get caught up in a cult-like mentality and they just follow like blind sheep. Now, I'm going to say that everyone don't do that. Everyone don't follow behind certain people, whether they right or wrong. You just go follow them. Now, I know you doing wrong and I'm just going to follow you. So the hypocrisy here is real deep. This is the best place to point out hypocrisy, if you want to be honest with you, because we got a bunch of hypocrites over here and we got a lot of people who want to call shit out, but they don't want to call it out on their faves, but they'll be quick to go somewhere else and call it out on you. I don't like that. And I see that happens a lot here. So I really, truly, in my heart of hearts, try to stay unbiased. Now, you got some heavy hitters over here. And so people go follow them regardless. People like their content. They like the mess. That's what they give. You already know what someone gives before you invite them on your platform. Good morning, Sabrina. Thanks for joining me. And so you already know what energy people give. We know what these content creators give. We know what the subbies give. Now you have subbies that frequent platforms who voice their opinions. You may not like it, but they do get up there and voice their opinions. And so a lot of times when you're fave and things are not in favor of your fave, you don't say anything or you don't correct. And that's what I think is bull crap. I think they full of crap. If you see something, call that shit out. Now, I do go to read. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now I do go over to read The Heart of Philadelphia's. I like her little breakdown. And I think sometimes she unbiased but biased, especially when, hey, CCTV, especially when it comes to the lady over in Chicago. We know they got a serious disdain for each other. So every time Reed get an opportunity, she gonna jump on that lady. We see that. We know that. That's what it gives, right? But then you may have her liking someone else. She ain't gonna give them that much energy. That's her choice. That's her platform. But she does break it down. Now, I agreed with a lot what she said today, and I tell you, if you think for one moment that people don't see what's going on over here, you got to be a fool. You see the lineup, you see the setups, you see it all right here. You see it. You just don't say nothing because it's your fave. And because it's your fave, you don't want to call a bullshit out. But yesterday I saw something and I said, this is BS. But because I don't get down here and do what a lot of people do, I just don't mention it. I try to stay unbiased. But I see the setups, I see the lineups, and I'm watching like everyone else. And when you say, yeah, people got so mad, you know, Miss Donna has been supporting me. Hey, Miss Cruiser, good morning, beautiful. Donna has been supporting me from day one. Hey, Laser Focus. Now that I know, she has been supporting me. Donna Hughes, she support a lot of people. And she asked me yesterday, well, Miss T, they get mad when they beefing and they get mad when they make up. I don't think that's what it's about. I think when people see someone being wrong, they feel a certain way. And because they feel that certain way as a subby, you know, it's like, damn, you know, I was rooting for her. I was there. I hate what happened to her. I voiced my opinion. You know, I'm in the chat engaging, and now they back friends. You know, that's some bullshit because you are double-minded. One minute you friends, the next minute you're not. So that confused the subbies. And like I said, you have empathy that plays a big part in a lot of stuff that's done on here that you see. I am very empathetic. I felt some kind of way, and I have to be honest, when I thought that they was questioning and humiliating Bree. I felt some kind of way. Now, am I gonna really come out here and fight for Bree? Absolutely not, because you had the choice to hit that link. But you can't tell me the people that follow Bree, she has a strong following, didn't appreciate her being put on a witness stand and being humiliated. But like she said, I'm a grown effing woman. I hit that button so I could withstand whatever it is. But you had to know that people were feeling some type of way. So now that people feel this way and they looking at this young lady in the shot, I mean, over in Virginia, some certain way, you know, and like they like, nah, that's wrong. She this, she that. And you know who that B thinks she is. She coming back here thinking, and look how she doing Bree. Bree and her have a long-standing relationship that we probably will never understand because we don't know everything that go on behind the scenes. But I can assure you, half of y'all who visited that chat and saw that stuff on Just Kimmy's over on Bree, you know that to me, that humiliation ritual, I'm gonna call it. Because that's what I thought it was. It was a humiliation ritual. Who the fuck is anybody to call a grown person out and ask them a bunch of questions and make them stay there and be humiliated by the chat? Who's going to do that? Who is really going to do it? So that I felt some kind of way about it. I felt bad for her. But then I thought about it. Hey, she there. She hit that link. She know what that person gives. So she was all for it, you know? But now this week, they friends and they expect everybody to accept that. So how do you, as a subscriber, and maybe this should be a nighttime video so we could get more engagement. How do you separate the two where you don't get emotionally connected when you see one of your faves being done wrong? You know, tell me how easy it is for you to disconnect. It's not that easy, you guys, because we all have a part of empathy in us. We all have a part of empathy in us, and we feel bad when we see people getting mistreated. Now, that's just me. I don't know about y'all. Am I wrong? So when people is, oh, they too invested, you subbies are too invested. Hell yeah, we invested. When we super chat you, cash app you, and we in there supporting you, and something's happening, and we there backing you, because now here's Pizarro saying, now I view y'all as a Jim's family. I say Jim's family and guests. Those who are subscribed to me, who support me, they're my Jim's family. You know, some people be hanging up in the bushes, breezing by, they don't drop down. They could be good supporters. I don't know. However, Pizarro says it all the time, my intel's going to follow me. My intels and I do this, right? So she know those are her staunch supporters, her intel. So if you do something to Pizarro, and I'm just using her as an example, if you do something to Pizarro, 9 times out of 10, the people who subscribe to her and who's her staunch supporters are going to get mad. They're going to feel some kind of way. You cannot tell me that they don't feel some kind of way, because they do. They do. Because that's just the empathetic part of us. To see somebody getting hurt or embarrassed or shamed, you feel some kind of way. And if you don't, then you're a sociopath and something is wrong with you. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just keeping it real. So when you say we're too invested, you're too invested too. Whenever they throw that term out, we all are too invested. Okay, here go Miss Cruiser. Perfect point. I just watch like TV. When watching a TV show, you feel some emotion, then remind yourself it's just entertainment. Okay, so that's how you differentiate. That's cool, Miss Cruiser. But can you tell me that you don't feel some type of way when you see your favorite person who you contribute to, who you support, when you see them being humiliated or dragged or whatever they call it, or cops being called on them, people going to their houses, people doxing them, people calling their jobs? You don't feel some type of way? Hey, King Roman, how are you, love? Good to see you. Tell me you guys don't feel some kind of way, because I'm not the only one that think this is bullshit when they always say, you too invested. Oh, these people too invested. The subs get too invested. I just read the meaning of invested. We all are invested. We all come over here and we all be a part of this. So how are we not invested? I just like to know. Oh, okay. Thank you, baby. I didn't know that. You did? Okay, King Roman, I've never seen anything from you, but I'll look for. So y'all tell me how you not invested. You tell me how you sat and watched everything that happened 2 weeks ago, and you don't feel some type of way about whatever person it happened to. If you could say, "Oh, that's just it. I just watched it," I believe you're lying. But I can't sit here and call you a liar. But I know I'm a pretty sharp person. And I believe I am an intellectual person. I know that I am a free thinker, that I don't follow the crowd. And sometimes it's hard for me to disassociate my feelings from what's going on. So if you guys say, oh, I just watch it and I don't mean nothing by it, that's hard for me to believe. Because I know you like these people. You like these people so well, you send them gifts behind the scene. You send them cash apps. You send them super chats. You go after people. You windmill for them. Now, don't everybody don't windmill, but we got people windmilling hard for some of these content creators in other chats, in other areas. And you tell me that's not invested? When you tell me that's not being too invested, then, like I said, I'll give you $100. I really will. I'm not lying. I'll cash app you that shit today. You tell me where you can draw the line and say, I'm not invested. I'm not too invested. You let me know, because I call bullcrap. I believe we all are invested. I believe we all get our feelings involved. I believe subs was let down. I believe that, and no one will ever say it, because they'll get on platforms and they'll play it off like it was no big deal. But I believe a lot of people felt some type of way what happened last week with those same people who was connected as family. They still connected as families. They behind the scene as family, but we couldn't see the play. You let me know if I'm lying. Just let me know if I'm lying. You can't feel an emotion connection, especially if you can't see the history is repeating itself in a bad way. Thank you, Laser Focus. Did you see the interaction between because to be honest with you, I didn't watch it all. I was in the casino yesterday. I got a little blip of it, and the little blip I saw was horrendous. It was horrendous. I don't mention that, gentlemen. I don't go over in their sector. I really don't mention too much about what happens with VS and Bree, because they are family. And that's probably what we don't see. They are family and they connected behind the scenes. But again, when you turn on your camera, you are hosting a live, you know the energy the people get around here, you already know what's going to happen, and you just sit there and let it play out. And that's a fact. That's not sugarcoating shit. You already knew the energy. You already knew what it was going to be about, and you let it happen. That's your platform. That's what y'all do. That's not what I do, but that's what y'all do. I curtail that shit. Nope, nope, we not doing that over here. Nope, you're not gonna sit down here over here and drag my panelists in the chat. You're not gonna sit down here and call out a bunch of bees, hoes, and stinking and all that. You're not gonna do that here. But I only could control here. And when people say they can't control who's on that platform, oops. Sorry, something happened. That's a lie. You can control very much what goes on your platform. That's just bullshit they feed y'all. I control everything over here because I could shut this down. If I think it gets too bad and nobody's respecting me or respecting my house, I'll just go ahead and end the broadcast. I don't have to wait around. So they know exactly what it gives. They know exactly what's going to happen. And remember, drama brings numbers. Hey, Kay Lachey, how are you, baby? Thanks for joining me. Some of these things I've seen in the beef sector make me open mouth surprised. I'm telling you, I was driving home and I was watching a little bit of that video and my mouth was open. It was open for about 10 minutes of me watching that shit, which sickened me. I don't care who it is. No one should be talked to and treated like that. But that's what they give. You know the energy they give. So when you allow them on your platform, you already know the energy that they go get. I already know when I go over to Miss Pizarro's, I'm going to hear a lot of hooping and hollering, screaming and bee calling, and her going haywire. I know the energy she gives. I know that. So I know what to expect. Yes, she comes over here. Hey, I was just going to say, I ain't seen you, baby. How you doing? I know she comes over here and she respect my platform and I respect, going over there, but I know what it gives before I even click the button to go in her live. I know what they give over there. So I make the choice. Hey, do I want to hear all this hooping and hollering today? Nope, I don't. I'll go somewhere else. I'll drop down. Hey, Miss P, and I'll go up in the clouds or I will leave. But you already know what it gives. We're used to these people. We've been watching these people for years. So don't tell me you're not invested. All that, oh, you guys are too invested. You're too invested. You're so invested you have a platform. Now, why aren't we all invested? This investment. So I don't like when people say that. And oh, you mad because so-and-so made up and they not. No, I'm not mad at all because it's not me. Like I told you, I stay neutral. Right. So that's just me. I wanted to come on and talk about that because I'm hearing this, statement thrown around quite a bit. Oh, these people are too invested. These subs are too invested. We all are too invested. We all, because we tune in here every day. And like I said, we spend time, and that's investment. Your time, your money is investing. You're investing in that product. You're investing in those content creators. You're investing in YouTube, Google. We all are invested. Stop saying you too invested. You're too invested too. If you know that I'm too invested, that means you too invested too, because you're watching me make my investments. Yeah, I'm not going to let people do that, Lisa J, but they know I don't give that over here. Yeah, but I mean, we all like the drama, but sometimes I think it crosses boundaries. And for me, when something crossed my boundary and you disrespect me, I let it go. I let it go because I set boundaries. And that's a fact. Truth is, if you're watching, you definitely, however, gotta check your feelings. And maybe that's easy for you. I want to ask you an honest question since you saying that, Miss Cruz, and it's not picking on you, and you already know how we get down. Emotionally too invested. Okay. I think we all get emotionally too invested triple red, you know, and that's what I'm saying. I think we all are too invested because we feel something. Our feelings get involved when people you like, you know, are being abused in any type of way. You feel some kind of way. You have to feel some kind of way if you truly care for that person. And like I said, yes, this is YouTube, you guys, but remember, it's reality. It's reality for us. It's part of our real lives. It's part of our real lives. So where do you draw the line? Somebody help me understand. Where do you draw the line? Because I can't see the line in the sand. I can't see it. This sector really should be on television. Love and hip hop made money. This sector would make money too. It's like a soap opera. It is. If somebody could just help me out and tell me when they're not too invested. You didn't feel some kind of way seeing certain things happen in the last couple of weeks, in the past 3 years. You know, I hear people talk about this case with James and Skillet. I'm okay either way. James a grown man. He been doing this for years. He know how to handle himself. He knows what come out his mouth can cause some repercussions. You know, she been doing shit for a long time too, since I've known her. She know the repercussions, you know, so they'll handle that legally. That's not for me to say. That's not for me to have any really opinions about it. Is the only thing I can say is let them do them. I'm gonna stay in my lane one way or the other. Whatever outcome, we'll see it, and that's enough for me. I have nothing really to say about it. But you tell me you don't feel some kind of way when people are drug into court for frivolous suits. May not be frivolous though, because in order for them to pick up a case, they must find some type of incidents. I think that's what they must find some type of legal incidents to pick up a case. You know, now we all could file them, but if the state picked them up, they may have found some incidents where they decided to pick up the case. You know, but I don't care about that. He's a grown man. He's been here for years, have a huge subscription over there. He'll handle his business. Rose will continue to be Rose, running around here doing what Rose do. Skillet. They can't get abused if they don't allow it, even for their own crew. I can't stress that enough. Yeah, that's true. Miss T, if you really think about, Bree has been affected in her personal life more and most of these content creators. VS and Bree has more common, has a history in our families who love and fight, not a big deal. Oh, okay. I got to read that again, baby. I didn't, you know, and there's nothing wrong with being too invested. It's what you can choose to do. We all are adults. I just choose to watch certain people when I can. I love the commentary though. Okay. So, you know, people are saying that they love the commentary, they love to come over here, they like the drama, they are invested, but they're not too invested. Like I said, it's very hard for me to see the difference of too invested and not invested. You know, to me, we all are invested. And I really wanted to talk about that. I really would like to do a subby sound off, but it appears to me that a lot of subscribers are afraid to come down and engage in the chat because they are afraid to be doxxed. And I think a few people, hold on, you guys, hold on 1 minute. You know, I would love for the subbies to sound off. I would really like for subscribers to come down and say what they really feel about what's going on. Because like I said, I'm going to take myself, you know, out the box of being a content creator. I'm just going to look at this as being a subbie. I feel like some of the content creators are playing in our face. And I personally don't like it for me. So I know I can walk away or I choose not to watch them, you know. And yes, it's entertainment, but again, maybe I'm not in the space where I can just emotionally disconnect when I see people being abused. And I think a lot, and especially for women, you know, is a lot of women over here who get abused and get abused by other men as well, and I'm just not into that abuse shit. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me, y'all. Call me out, though. I hope James have documented everything this woman has done. I don't know who put him up to it. I can't say that, baby. Sweet 7777. I can't say anyone put her up to do that. Maybe she just felt that this time she wanted to put up. They know, like I do, they get confronted about chat comments. I just don't give a fuck. Yeah, and it's pretty sad that you come in here and you want to engage. And I know some people want to drop down and be part of the, chat engagement, but they're afraid because they're so afraid that they will get, doxxed, something like that. So they just don't drop down. Or someone that don't like me might see them in my chat and feel some kind of way. I call bullshit. Be a free thinker. Do what you want to do. When you take a stand to do what you want to do, people will respect you more. They will I don't take anything too serious, so I don't get affected emotionally because each adult can turn this application. Well, good point, babe. Good point. Good point. Everybody make good points. Like I said, I just want to hear the subbies. I think, though, when you care about someone, and I think a lot of these people got a lot of supporters who really care about them, I think it's hard for them to turn it off. Okay? I think it's truly hard for them not to get affected when they see somebody who they really care about get hurt. I hear people rooting on for this situation to take place with James and Rose, and I hear people saying, hey, let's squash it. It shouldn't go any further. So you see what I mean? Some people like him and they don't want Miss Rose to go forward with it, and they want to, defend James. Some people want to defend Miss Rose. So you see where I'm going? People like certain people and they don't want them to get hurt. And that's just a fact. And you feel some type of way when things take place. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go back on my word. I think we all are too invested. I think when we do see people we really like get abused, to me, when some of these things are said to people and they dragged like that, I think you do feel some type of way. You just won't say it because perhaps you know how to disconnect. I need to learn how to disconnect then. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong because I do feel bad when I see some things happen to people, especially when it goes overboard and, goes beyond boundaries, like affecting their real life. That shit pisses me off. Leave my real life out of here. Let's just deal with it on YouTube. You can't take a roast and a gag or whatever, and now you want to destroy me in real life. That's weak sauce to me. Miss T, you have a tender spot for people you don't like to see people done wrong. You love people so much it influences your career choice. Oh, you know about my career choice, huh? So you may feel a little harder. Maybe so. I don't know. Maybe so. I can't call it. Like I said, sometimes it's very hard for me to turn it off. Yes, I agree with that. Leave it on YouTube. I think it's it bothers me. And I know people say, oh, don't worry about it. This is what they do. Don't get too involved. You too invested. But it bothers me when we are trying to destroy. We go to the extent of calling people jobs, calling people colleges, calling people apartments, getting them fired, going to the law on calling the police, filing lawsuits. I think that just really, really bothers the shit out of me because I don't think that it should go that far. I think we should just keep everything on YouTube. Everyone is making money. Have you noticed that everyone on here is making money? I even made some money. I made $100 from YouTube, and you can too. I made one big $100. So, this is some people's, life. This is what they do for a living. And then you striking their channels, taking their content. Then you calling the law on them and doing all this stuff For what reason? It's supposed to just be an entertainment app, but it's beyond entertainment. Miss T, I think as subbies, we have to stop expecting CCs to react in the way we would. Yeah, good point. Good point. But I get their reasons why. Okay, you guys just keep me right. Just keep me right. Like I told you, I love when people don't always agree with me. I'm not a yes man. I like if you are authentic and tell me the truth or what you think about what I'm saying. Because over here, we do the adulting thing. We agree to disagree. So if I'm wrong, call me out or help me understand. So perhaps I can step back, think about it, and go, they made some valid points. Maybe you should get your ass off the YouTube, Miss T. Maybe you shouldn't be so invested. Maybe you shouldn't have emotions. But I do. I'm a caring person, but I'm a beast too. Let me tell you something. Don't let this persona or don't let this face fool you. I'm a beast and I'm a nasty cutthroat beast when I have to be. And that's a fact. That's a fact. But I believe I am a compassionate person. I'm an empathetic person, you guys. So it does bother me. Hey, Purple Peach, what's going on, baby? So, if you think I'm wrong, you got it. I could be wrong. Maybe I do take this too serious. I'm always said that this app should not be an outlet trying to gain validation that shows what your persona lacks in reality. People should be able to log off. Okay. They do. People, but there's a lot of people, like I said, when they say too invested, I guess that's what you would call too invested. Do you think perhaps maybe I'm too invested? I'm too sensitive? Please tell me the truth. Please tell me the truth, and I will try to go back and do assessment of myself. Just let me know. Do you think it's me? I drop my link if somebody want to come up. But if not, I'm going to continue on for my hour. But do you think I'm too sensitive? Or do you think that people feel the same way and they just not saying it? Yep, top investment. No, Miss T. No, Miss T, you tell your perspective and respect others. Thank you, Purple Peach. I don't think so. I just want to know. I don't think you're too invested or too sensitive. Thank you. I just want to know because I really do believe that if subbies had the chance to sound off and didn't believe, and some of you subbies are very strong, so don't get me wrong, but you have some subbies that probably think the same way I do, and they are afraid to sound off. They are afraid to drop down in your chat. They're afraid to say something because so many people, oh, there go my girl. Hold on. Look. I'm looking like this at this. That's you, Miss Cruiser?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, come on, Miss Cruiser. Get on me, girl.
I was gonna hit that camera and let you know it was me, and I was gonna tell you look at own risk because I ain't camera ready, but you gonna get a good a good look at me.
Look at me, Miss Cruiser, and I had nerve to pop the camera on. Go ahead.
At least you'll have a bonnet on your head. So
But
I've been around here. I've been around here a long time. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I've been around these streets a long time, probably longer than I should have. And there have been times, everybody know, those who've been around here a long time, there have been times when I've been extremely invested emotionally and otherwise.
Okay.
But as time go by, like I said, in my thing, you learned that people change, alliances change. 1 minute these people are going at each other hard, and next thing you see them in each other's chat and they're cool now, and bygones are bygones. So over time, you understand and you learn not to, even though you're human and you see certain things that you don't care for, you pull yourself back. When I find myself getting too taken with it, I back up, check myself, and come back. And it's not that to be cold or anything, but you just understand how everything moves and everything works and this is what this area of YouTube is. This is the entertainment that they give. It's a little rough. It's like watching all of those reality shows. You know that they're gonna go out of town and fight each other. And it's
Uh-huh.
like, when are they going to learn to show us Black women getting along? You just spend all this money to go out of town, but that's what it is. That's what it is.
Of
So either you
course.
stop watching Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
or you look forward to the fights.
I don't look because we always are depicted in a bad manner.
Hmm.
Always. I don't care what type of level of education,
Hmm.
professionalism. You could be a doctor. They depicted the doctors in an unruly way. It's just
Hmm.
always depicting Black
Yep.
women and men as gutter trash. And I think that's where when I do see Miss Cruz, and let me calm down because I was getting a little up. That's why when I see us abuse each other over here and people that we really care for, maybe that's why it bothers me a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's like, damn, you know, everywhere we go, we have to do that to each other. And I know I'm over here, and don't get me wrong, but I just feel like at one point, it's like, damn, do you always got to turn on each other? I'd be rooting for some of these people. And then the very same people we rooting for, they turn against each other. So to me, it puts us in a spot sometime, even as a subby, not a content creator, because I could get plenty of content off of this. But just as a subscriber, it's like, damn, I was rooting for y'all. I was rooting for y'all YouTube ship. I was rooting for your friendship. And now it's gone. And so
Yeah.
let me ask you this question and be honest with me. Did you feel any kind of way when you saw what happened a couple of weeks ago with any content creator? Just tell me how you felt.
Um,
I'm going to put you on the spot.
I felt like old days. you know, I felt
Mm,
like this is the cycle.
mm,
Again, I have to go back to the Real House of Atlanta, which I don't watch anymore. Example, I've become used. I'm used to when they get out of town, they're gonna fight. It's gonna be
mm-hmm.
nice on the flight. They're gonna be waiting for each other at the airport. But when they get to their destination, it's gonna go down. I'm used to that. I'm used to that
Mm,
in the beef sector. And you know, it's funny you having this conversation because I've been having this conversation with someone that an acquaintance on
mm-hmm,
YouTube for a few days now,
mm-hmm,
and I think she's thinking I'm trying to tell her to leave the area of the beef sector. And I'm not. I'm just trying to tell her, check your feelings, put it in perspective, and know this is what it is, and you can't change people.
mm-hmm.
So the show is not going to change.
Right.
So you have a choice to stay with the show or leave the show or get with the show.
Okay.
Because there's no use in you running your nerves down, having anxiety, getting all upset over something that's not going to change. And here's the other thing. Even in my offline life, I have 3 sisters. There's 4 girls, no boys. So, it's a lot of drama, right? Um, I have learned with age and experience
Mm-hmm.
to accept what decisions they decide that I can't change.
Okay.
So if I see somebody on YouTube and I'm like, oh, why they allowing that? Why they let them do them like that?
Oh, okay.
That's not my, it, that's not my decision to make. That's a decision they made. They're grown. They know what they're doing,
So
and
you
they know they have to live it out. So I may feel a certain kind of way. I ain't gonna lie. I'm human,
okay, okay,
but then I've learned to, for lack of a better phrase, mind my own damn business.
okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay. Yeah, I got you. See, Miss Cruiser, that's all I'm asking people to do is be honest. And I think at that point, that part is what I was looking for. Not to change your thought patterns, not for you to conform to what I'm saying or anything to agree with me, but that part. I felt some kind of way, but then I had to put my emotions in check. Right?
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
felt some kind of way. And it
yeah,
was an uncomfortable feeling, if I may add, or correct me again if I'm wrong.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You get secondhand embarrassment for people. I think
Okay.
that's what it's called.
Okay.
But I have
Did
been in those spots where it's like, "Darn, how did I get here? How
mm-hmm.
I get in this? How did I get in this? This
Mm-hmm.
it ain't been lately, but it's like, how the hell I get here? So you figure they'll get it together. They'll live through it. Uh,
Okay. So
you
you
know,
just watching the show.
I'm watching it like it's TV. Monday through Friday. You will catch me here Monday through Friday during work hours, enjoying the entertainment, get me through my work day. And on the weekends, you hopefully catch me down at the lounge. But yeah, you just you watch it kind of like TV. Now have seen some things that I was extremely concerned about. Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Um, I won't lie about that. But
Mhm.
surface stuff,
Mhm.
surface stuff, kind of what you're talking about. Not
Mhm.
really. At the end of the day, it's not going to take their lives or anything like that. Should it happen? Probably not. But you know,
Oh, say that again. At the end of the day, is not going to take their lives.
for the most part.
See,
Now,
Miss Cooper, that's
keeping in
what
mind, I did say there are some things I do get very concerned about.
I'm telling you. I done seen some concerning things on here, Miss Cruiser, and maybe I am looking too deep into it, but
Now, there are some
they
things
play
that
some
we
dangerous
don't know
games on
behind the
here.
scenes that
Right,
could be very harmful to someone's life,
right.
either mentally or
Mm-hmm,
otherwise. I will
mm-hmm,
say that. But
mm-hmm,
even in that, we
mm-hmm.
can't do but so much. You
Right.
can't say but to a person, but hey, pull yourself aside. You know, this ain't worth your mental health.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But again, you're talking to it goes back to my example of me and my sisters. Again, it goes to it's their choice. And you have to accept the choice that they're making and hope for the best for them.
Okay, thank you so much. Because I just need some people to help me understand. But I get it. And I will no, check this out. This the God honest truth. I'm gonna work on not really caring so much. Because the reason why, because you all have let me know that this is a pattern. Just watch the pattern and it will be easier for me to remove my feelings. I just I somebody hit it on the head in here. The reason why I probably have those feelings for people because is a real part of my life, caring for people.
Fly broke with that long name. She must be a prophet, a prophetess.
Look, listen,
She called you out right on the spot.
we also have to understand some are not mentally and emotionally well as a result. We can only expect certain reactions based upon their mental and emotional standpoint and behavior and patterns. All right. I see a lot of stuff going on here. Hey, Sephora. So I'm glad you brought that to my attention, and perhaps I will learn, Miss Cruiser, because I'm not too old to learn. I learn something new every day, and I will learn to just say, "Hey, it is what it is. Take your feelings out of it,"
And
because
when it gets too deep, and when it gets way too deep, just do
uh,
like I do. I go start watching a movie or what is that I was watching last week? I started watching Fatal Attraction. It got real good to me. I said, let me go back and find
mm-mm.
out what's going on
But
the beef sector because sometimes it do get too much for me, and I will step away. But I step right on back over here now because I like the beef sector. I need a T-shirt to say I love the beef sector. That's what I need.
well, you should ask James to make one. He make a T-shirt for everything. He probably make a
Mhm.
T-shirt saying "I love the beef sector." Is he has good quality T-shirts because Diva brought one and it's very nice. Hey,
Okay.
really, DTV.
But yeah, I step away sometimes because I find myself and then I have to say, "Ooh, I'm all up in this emotionally," and then I step away and kind of come back.
You know what make I think and I'm not making an excuse for it, but I'll tell you why perhaps too I get emotionally upset, and empathetic because it's gone outside of YouTube now.
Hmm.
It's people being followed, people jobs are being called, people are losing their jobs, their children being followed, and these incidents are happening. That's why I think, when people also say, well, this is not my real life, it is your real
It
life.
is real. Yeah,
It is our real life. This is real life. We
yeah.
here
I,
every
I
day.
I
It's
just pinched myself. I felt it. I'm real.
yeah, I'm real, right? So
Yeah.
when it crossed those boundaries, I that's why I think I have a problem with some of the stuff because it's crossing boundaries. And I don't think no adult in their right frame of mind should tolerate some of the shit that happens on here. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't play this game, Miss Cruiser. I just couldn't play it. You
But
know,
everybody have to remember how much you individually decide to engage. is how much you will be involved, how much, engagement that you can choose not to engage.
You're right. You're right.
And
Wait,
some people choose to engage because they want the smoke. They want to be counted, as Sean Bradley. Is that his word? Is that his phrase? Want to be counted?
they want to be, yeah, a lot of people here
So,
want to
some
be.
people want to be in it. Bad attention is better than no attention for some people. Again, watch the patterns. Watch how people do things.
Well,
Watch how
now
they
I'm
move.
glad
Watch how.
you told me that.
Watch,
That's
watch, watch. You be like, okay, that's good for them. I'm gonna say this in hot damn. I remember some years ago I was watching Oprah, and that's when that lady, what's her name, Ayana,
uh-huh.
she got her own show, and she was talking about things that people go through that
Mm-hmm,
sometimes it becomes such a part of them that
mm-hmm.
that trauma is all they know. Whatever that trauma was, even
Ooh,
if they was in a bad marriage and they came out, or
ooh,
they was in a, if that's all
ooh,
they know, then it
ooh.
becomes a part of them, and
Mm.
then they start getting high off that thing. They
Speak, girl.
desire
Speak.
that trauma.
Speak. Speak.
And she was talking to people, and as she was talking to them in the audience, and they were bringing
Mm,
back up and reliving what happened to them. She said,
mm,
"Stop! You're getting high. You're getting high. You're getting high."
mm,
I will never forget that for the rest of
mm.
my life, and that was years and years ago. Some people come on YouTube because this is their new high.
I tell you, it's like a euphoric high for people. And people keep feeding it and get feeding it. You rolling up more and more. They
Mhm.
smoking more and more. I'm just saying, you know, analogy. They smoking more and they getting higher and higher, and people just contributing to it. But like I said, for me, I think allow the boundaries be crossed and it affects people real lives. And that's what I don't like. And I'm always for the underdog. It seems like I don't know. Even in my football, sometimes I go for the underdog. I remember when I lived in this one area, they were strong, like the Redskins, Miss Cruz. These
Mhm.
people are Redskins strong. I just don't care. I'd rather go for the underdog sometimes. So I feel bad when I think I see people being abused.
Watch
You
them
know,
underdogs. Them
yeah,
underdogs
you
are
right.
the sneakiest.
Mm.
I'm gonna say that and slide on down. Watch them underdogs, y'all. Don't get
I
too caught
do
up with them
watch the
underdogs.
underdog too,
They
but I'm
they
just
they making
saying,
moves.
I believe it.
Hmm.
I believe
All
you.
right. Well,
Like
I'm
I
gonna
said,
slide on down and get back in the chat. Enjoy the show. Thank you for letting me come up.
oh, thank you for coming up. I always appreciate seeing you, Miss Cruiser. Thank you very much for engaging. Hey, Jazzy. So that's where I was going with this. And some people gave me a dose of reality. And like I said, I will go back and I will do a self assessment. Not that I'm going to change because I am who I am, but perhaps I need to just know that these are patterns. Just look for the patterns and you'll be okay. You won't become emotionally attached because you'll see the patterns of these people. And then you'll know is all a play, is all a bullshit, and they friends behind the scenes and make it look like one thing in front of the scenes because it's part of the show, right? So, yeah, I know big facts. They know how to play on your heartstrings, yeah. But Miss Cruiser and Triple Red and you all have helped me today understand something. It's just part of the game, girl. Watch the patterns. And no matter how I feel, everyone here on YouTube in this sector are adults. They make choices, and you have to just respect the choices that they make, right? And with that being said, you guys, I'm going to drop this link one more time. If not, it was only an hour, but I will like for you all to get ready to join my Zoom. I will not have a membership over here, but I will have a Zoom membership. I'm trying to get it all together, set it up. I am trying to do a couple of things, you guys, so hang in there. But one of them will be a Zoom. I'm going to set up a Zoom. It will be $5 for membership a month. And then over there, I will play my games and we'll get loose over there. And people come in the Zoom, you know, they come in the Zoom, you guys, we know, they are moles in the Zooms, but it's nothing I'm going to say in that Zoom that I can't say right here on my platform. Because again, I control me. No one controls me. I come down here, I try to be unbiased in my commentary. I tip, on some stuff, but I don't get too involved in other people's mess. I don't start beefs. I don't let people even pull me into beefs. That's how strong I am. You can't even pull me into beefs. I know when people are trying to pull me into beefs. I ignore it. I just ignore it. But I know. But anywho, so we're going to go over to Zoom. It will be $5 a month. I am going to have game shows behind there. We're going to play game shows. We're going to do some relaxing things over there. I am trying to get an agenda. So if you're interested in joining my Zoom, I will get that information out to you guys. I have to work tomorrow, the next day. Then I'm going to spend some time with my grandchildren. So I don't know. I'll try to get it out to you by Monday if I can. So I got to set up my Zoom. So we'll go over the Zoom if you would like to join it. Again, it'll be $5 a month, and we will have games over there. Cash apps will be given away. You will be secure over there. Again, it ain't like we going behind the scenes to talk about nobody, because I could talk about them right here. But over there, for the ones who feel more comfortable being in a smaller setting and a more personal setting, we'll go over there. You can join me in my Zoom, okay? That's what I do. Don't believe nothing they say. Girl, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. You guys, thanks so much for joining me. Anybody have any questions for me? Do you have any comments, or do you have any suggestions? Always let me know, either under my video or you could reach me. Diva, if you still here, baby, can you please just drop my email, my Mz.Teavalocity email? But it's simple, Mz.Teavalocity@gmail.com, and let me know. But I appreciate all of you, even the ones who's in the bushes. Please make sure you hit that like button. So I'm getting there. I've been coming on more, but I want to do a Subbies sound off. And that's what I think we're going to do in Zoom. Our very first meetup. If you sign up, please know that it will be a place for you to sound off and tell me how you really feel. And then we are also going to do reactions over there. So I got to get all this stuff set up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys who appreciate the lives. It was good to see King Roman News. I'm always in your bushes. Captivating Christian, it was good to see you today. I appreciate you for stopping by. DC Kool-Aid and Lisa. Miss Cruiser, thank you. Of course, Queen Diva, Really BTV. I like to shout out the content creators. Really BTV has really grown. I am so proud of her. I wish I had Really BTV Stamina, who could come on here all the time. She shared the news, like celebrity news. You have really grown. Congratulations. I think you just made 10,000. You guys, I am like 30 subs away from 2,000. That's a big deal for me. DC Kool-Aid and Lisa, if they don't mind, they have bingo, live bingo, real cash prizes. You will get your money. We used to tear it up over there, but they went to a new pay system. But if you want to play real bingo, then that's the place. DC Kool-Aid and Lisa. Let me see who else. King Roman News. Who? He bring you the daily news. He keep you in the know. If you're not a subscriber, please go over there and subscribe to King Roman News. I don't think I missed anyone, any content creator. I think is a level of respect, you guys. Triple Red X, he does the gaming, if he's still doing gaming. I think is a level of respect when you acknowledge content creators. They are our co-worker, our associates. And I think you should acknowledge them. It's a part of marketing. So I appreciate when I go into a content creator's live and they acknowledge me. I really do. No, I'm not no celebrity or nothing, but it's business. It's nothing personal. It's business to have that acknowledgement. And I know my Queen Diva, my sister, does a great job at that. So I commend her for that. She makes sure she greets everyone that comes in here, especially content creators. That's important that you do stop and acknowledge them. Okay? But again, Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to get ready to get up out of here. I've been on an hour. I wanted to really talk about being too invested. We all are invested. Keep that in mind. Don't let people throw that statement around like you're a bad person. Oh, you're too invested. You're too invested. They too invested. No, we all are too invested. And with that being said, let's get ready to get out of here. I appreciate you for stopping by. This wasn't long, so. If you see a king's crown crooked, help him straighten it out. If you see a queen's crown crooked, help her straighten it out. Speak life and wisdom into your princes and your princesses. They are our joint heirs. They are our future. They are looking to inherit something other than stress, mess, and drama. I hope we all are finding ways to create generational wealth. And as always, be a blessing, not a bother. It doesn't take much to bless someone. Just that simple hello. How are you? You look beautiful. I love that red hat you have. Boy, that's a nice tie, sir. Can I buy that cup of coffee? Here's a couple of dollars for some lunch. Oh, I'll get that door for you. I'll help you with those groceries. It doesn't take much to bless someone. Try really hard to bless someone, because it's the word of God that the more you bless someone, the more blessings you'll receive. And we all want to receive blessings, right? So make sure you be a blessing to someone. Let's get ready to get out.